Hello, hello. It's me. Actually, I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Hold on a second. There we go. That's better. Hi, Kay. Hope you're having a good day. I'm getting some stuff, some last minute stuff still set up. So the it's will be streaming soon screen is going to be is going to be what you're seeing for a hot second. Oh no, he's sick. Still. Tell him to get good. I mean, get better. You know, I hope he feels better soon. Sorry. Hopefully he'll was out of work today. Aw. Hopefully he'll feel better by the weekend. Actually, I probably should have done this before I opened the program. Look at me making smart choices. That's because you're supposed to be up in the trees this weekend. Yeah, no, oops. I waited too long to punch in my little connector code. So my window disappeared. Oopsie. Yeah, you guys are supposed to be doing stuff. I realize I literally just repeated essentially what you just said. But no, I understand what you mean. I get you. Okay, let me... Right, the rope course. That's what it... Those were the specific words that were escaping my brain. Was rope course. I'm a smart cookie. I went to college. And I learned words good. Let's see. Okay. So fingers crossed. That we have none of the technical issues that I had the other day while I was doing stuff in the afternoon. And it's our rain check date. Oh no. Well, I mean, you know, it'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna have, he's gonna feel better. He's gonna feel better, and you guys are gonna have a great time. And if not, then it just sounds like you guys are gonna have to rain check again. But that's fine. Okay. Let's see if my stuff is behaving today. It is. Oop, that is a bit large. I don't know why it's that big. Okay. You know, we can make that bigger. It's like, you guys, I mean, you guys don't really need to see this fake iPad frame. So I just scoot that. I know there's a way, I'm pretty sure there is a way I can turn that off. On my display thing. Actually, hold on, let me see if I can. Actually, you know what, whatever. Display on full screen. Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. It didn't, I don't think it changed anything for you guys, but it did for me, so don't want to do that. What if I don't want to show the frame? There it is. That's what I wanted. So I am gonna bring that down just a little bit. Yeah, cool. That's what I wanted. All right. Bear with me as I futz this around a little. There we go. That's better. Yay! Alright, and then you guys don't need to see that bit and stuff, so that's fine. Yay! Look at me, I did things. I'm smart. Unfortunately, it's what he gets for going out of town and not taking care of himself. I think there was one night he only slept about 3 hours. Okay, well then, yeah, I definitely feel less bad for him then. Which sounds terrible. Like, it sounds like a really mean thing to say, but, like, no, you need to take care of yourself. He needs to know that he needs to take care of himself. I know we've already had this speech 5 billion times with you, so, you know, I don't have to repeat it for your well-being, but he needs to know that he needs to take care of himself. Bring that in just a little bit. There we go. And a few little details here and there because I was a little too zoomed in on that. No! Here we go. His face was looking a little too... I am the one pointing it out. Yes, you are. And I'm very proud of you for doing that. Okay, I was confused for a second. I was like, what's wrong with my screen? I got rid of the frame, and then... So now... okay, so that's what that's going to look like now. Which is fine. I am not bothered in the least bit. I'm going to have fun coloring this. if you couldn't tell, I did go maybe just a little bit overboard. Maybe. Tiny bit. I don't know. I don't think I went overboard. But, you know me. Your girl likes her details. And so I was like, well, we've got some traveling montage pages. And after having drawn, like, not at all. After having drawn, again, my own fault. I'm the only one responsible for these character designs. After having drawn a very detailed character for the last couple of pages, and then doing that big splash page that I kind of did for the last one, for the last page, I was like, I get to draw montage pages now, which means, like, I don't have to worry about where speech bubbles go. I can just have free reign and let loose a little bit and do a bunch of detail and just weird stuff that's, like, technically world building, and it's gonna be so much fun, and I'm gonna have so much fun. And it was not an inaccurate statement. I had fun drawing this. I'm also, however, every once in a while, it's that thing where I forget I'm also the one who has to color this later. And, you know, all those other things. You know, the things that silly old me forgets from time to time. But it's fine. I know with contrast things will look different, but nope, I need you down here. Okay. So this color I need, okay, you are lighter. Good. Now see, here's the thing. I think that one is supposed to, you cannot see where I just pointed. I was gonna say, I think the one in the upper left-hand corner is actually part of a different range. So it's part of the ones that are even farther back. So that is not enough of a noticeable difference in that color change. I could color it, but I can't promise it'll look good. It's, you know what? Maybe you could do this and it would actually turn out fine, because it is, I am primarily just working in shades of, did I do another layer? I didn't. I am primarily just working in shades of, like, gray. So you would probably do a lot better than you were giving yourself credit for, because you'd be able to get the values done, I would think. Like, you'd be able to knock out values and contrast and stuff probably pretty well. Tuna, my love, I see you over there sniffing my library books. I know I just kind of like threw everything onto the couch or onto the futon, but I need you to, like, not, please mess with my stuff. Please don't mess with my stuff. Shades, think about it. Yes, but it's gray, not shades of color, shades of gray. So that should be easier for you in your inability to see color. You would just be like, is this a lighter gray? Yes. and then you could put it there, and then you'd be like, is this a darker gray? And then you'd go, yes, and then you could put it, you know, there, you know, like wherever the darker gray could potentially go. I have faith in you. I have faith that if you had to do like grayscale coloring, you'd be perfectly fine. And that you are not giving yourself nearly enough credit. I think you would do a fantastic job. This needs to be ever so slightly darker. That one. Whoop. Nope. It would help if I did it on the right layer. There we go. Since that is closer. To show depth. Oh, that's actually nice. Being able to see it on like various different screens and also on like a teeny tiny screen. It's helpful. I'm gonna grab this real quick. And I'm gonna... Is that a good idea? Should I put that over there? I'm gonna slide you over. Whoop. Right there. I'm gonna nestle you right there. I'm gonna see how that works for me reading chat. None of you can see what I've done. But I'm gonna see if that's gonna help me notice that chat is doing chatty things sooner. Tuna, leave the books alone. My sweet bubby boy. No, don't scent them. Don't wipe your face on them, please. That is a library book. It's not mine. I think I burped part of my mouth on dinner. The thing of it is, I don't know if it was dinner tonight or dinner a different day. Like if it was dinner yesterday, dinner today. Who knows? Tuna, what are you doing? I don't think he knows. We can keep each other company while you draw and I do laundry and paint my nails. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I like how I 100% did not look at that in the... I rearranged a bunch of stuff so I could potentially see things better and then didn't look at all where I thought it would be. You know what? Maybe. How about I move chat down here? There we go. Let's see if that helps. If I put it lower in like my line of sight, maybe then I'll see it. You know what else would make life easier? Beep. Invert. Yeah, and then I just come through with the big old eraser and I do this. There you go, because then instead of my brain being dumb and trying to interpret around the shapes that are already there, I can just make life easier for myself. I'm smart. BRB missing a sock. You better go catch it. It's gonna run away. Gremlins are gonna take it. Nope. That's the sky. I should not color the sky the same color. Sock has been retrieved. Good. You now need to show it who's boss. And give it a stern talking to. It tried to hide in the dryer. Well, that's rude. It shouldn't do that. Yes, Mr. Tuna. Don't sniff my straw. I'm putting my straw cap on my water bottle. I wonder. I doubt you were able to pick that up. What are you? Oh, you're rubbing against the trash. Oh, you brought your mouse. This is potentially the most inopportune time for you to have brought your mouse to play fetch. Hold on just a second, little guy. Hold on. Where's your mouse? There it is. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna throw it. I promise. Alright. Go get it. I threw it. I threw it. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay. I don't know what the cat wants from me now. Oh, well, apparently, getting up to go get his toy to show him that I had in fact thrown it, finished off the last few minutes of activity, I guess, that I needed for my watch. For the fitness stuff on my smartwatch for today. So neat. Yay! Ooh, it looks like I almost hit 10,000 steps today. Cool! It was a gift, lol. No, so like, usually, I mean, you know this because you play D&D with me, but like, I don't want to ignore him when he does bring his mouse, because I like the idea of playing fetch with him. I want to play fetch with him, but I also like so like I try to be aware of that and notice, so that, you know, I can play fetch with my boy. But then I threw it for him, and he just stared at me, like, why'd you go and do that? I'm like, sir, this is how the game works. You bring the toy, you let me know that you brought it, and then I throw it so that you can go get it. Like, I don't know how better to explain it, sir. You know, what are you gonna do? Who knows? Maybe he just wanted me to know that he had brought it upstairs. Which is fair, because... Well, I was gonna say it's between him or Trixie, because literally it's only the two of them. But, a lot of their downstairs toys have been making it upstairs. And I'm certainly not the one carrying them up, so... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save myself some sanity. That's all background stuff. Let's finish coloring the background stuff first. Because I was about to be like, I'm not gonna sit here and try and maneuver around all this way. I'm gonna go ahead and erase it out now. Which I could do. I still very much could do. Probably should. I'll do that later. I'll do that once I'm done planning out all the background stuff. It'll be fine. I do want these flowers to be white, though. So... I need to... erase. No, don't undo it. That's on the wrong layer. There we go. Floors. And then I'll finish the buggy wagon and all that other stuff. I also realized, well, did you just eat a bug off the floor? Yay, cat. Oh, that's who am I kidding? That's not an exclusive to cats thing. Any hoodles, what was I saying? Yeah, I realized while drawing this page that I need to oh, that needs more contrast. I need to, or I want, I'm in desire of showing more of the technology that's in pest control. Yeah. For the bugs he wants to eat. He doesn't do it with every bug that comes in. So, you know. But yeah, I want to show... I need to remember in certain scenes to kind of, like, show some of the, I guess, magical technology and stuff that's in this world, and not forget. That also means I have to draw it, which is probably why some of it hasn't shown up yet outside of this vehicle, because it's like, oh, right. Like, you know, magical vehicles or magical powered vehicles are one thing, I suppose. But vehicles could also be powered by a whole host of... It's one of those things where, like, I have 100% decided that I'm not really gonna worry about it until I have to worry about it. And, you know, fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, that is going to be in a page-by-page basis. for stuff that's showing up, you know, like in background scenes and things like that. So, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's one of the few times that I actually kind of ever so slightly fly by the seat of my pants when it comes to comic creation. There are some things. It's like there are some things that I would like to have. Ooh. Pretty thought out and planned out and everything. So and then there are other things where I'm like, you know what, we're just not gonna sweat it because it's not super important, and figure it out as the need arises. Feywild, yeah. Yes and no. Because, like, I do have in mind, which I'm sure future me will love me for it. I do have in mind at some point, I would like to, for one of the future scenes, there is going to be, I guess what can best be described as an airship. Which means I'm going to have to draw probably not just one, but at least a couple of them, for the scene that I'm thinking of, just because they'd be at like a dock of sorts. So that means that not only would I have to draw a small, thankfully, like it's just going to be like a small airship. So I guess if that makes sense, the equivalent of them like getting into like a minivan. Like I'm not, like if we were talking in respects to cars, I'm not like an Astrovan. Like they're getting into like an Astrovan equivalent of like a little air vehicle, as opposed to say like a tour bus. Like a double-decker tour bus or something like that. So like I'm not gonna have to draw anything huge. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to draw that. Me. Goody. Talking trees. Yeah, no, not planning on having any talking trees in the comic. So that will be a trauma that I save solely for your characters, for your characters' pain and our D&D campaigns. I'm not planning any talking trees. There will be spoiler, not spoiler, I don't know. There will potentially be like a speaking woodland creature, maybe. That's right, this is supposed to be a raining scene. I'm gonna have to draw rain. I love when I remember things. Congrats, you witnessed that in real time. Me remembering things that I'm gonna have to draw. I'm good at this. need the round brush so that we can just quickly scoot around the edge on this. Oh no! Some of it is hidden inside of her arm, which is not helpful. No, don't delete that. That is not at all what I did. I tapped. You got it. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm stressing about it now. That's not even completely true. Like, I'm not stressing about it. Again, it's one of those things where, like, I know it's not my strong suit. And as time gets closer, I'll probably do some fiddling and some noodling around in my sketchbook. To kind of try and figure out what I want them to look like. Right now I just kind of have like an amorphous shape in my head. Like I know what parts of it look like. But the extra fun part, and the part that I keep reminding myself of, in moments like this, is that, the fun thing about doing your own comic and telling your own story is there are no rules. So I can just do whatever. There is no one to tell me that the way that I am choosing to represent the situation or the technology or how magic works or any of that other stuff in my comic. No one can tell me I'm wrong because they, like, who are they? What do they know? I make the rules here. Oh, that's not gonna be dark enough to cover that. I'm gonna have to just go straight black with that, aren't I? Yeah, if I want the look that I'm going for, I need to make the brush a little bit bigger, though, I think. But yeah, the advantage of too big, of making your own stuff is, no one can tell you you're wrong because you made it up. Okay, let's see if doing it this way will make erasing easier. This one. Yes. That was a bit better. Deselect. And then I am gonna come in here with a smaller version of this, and then maybe not that's all. I don't know. That kind of reads as leaves. I'm just gonna do some like leafy shapes. A few more leafy shapes in here just for because this brush is really good at like leaves at a distance. Or make an immediate left turn like your D&D party. Yeah, see, I can kind of do that in game. Or in game, lol. In comic, I can kind of do that, but also not really. Because things do narratively need to go a specific way. So I can wing it to a degree. But I can't just wing everything. You love us. Of course I do. I am in no way, shape, or form upset or bothered at all, really, by any of the shenanigans that you guys do in game. That is not what I wanted! What was I saying? Oh, yeah. No, the stuff that you guys do in game does not actually bother me at all. It makes things more fun. Because it gives me stuff to react to. Because I can't, without potentially driving myself insane, can't exactly plan for everything. So, like I said, I give, stop that, I want the eraser. I give myself rough guidelines that I would like to follow for you guys. And like story beats that I know I need to hit. But you know, when it comes to like actual gameplay and everything, you guys being weird and squirrely is not has not caused me any points of consternation, no matter how hard you've tried. So, do with that information what you will. This, however, is not license or this is not encouragement to go too far with it. Like, don't start doing crazy stuff. Like, doing weird stuff is fine within reason. Going too crazy with it is no. Like, just laughter, yes. Like, let's not get antagonistic about it. Oh yeah, that does kind of cut off the What if? Yeah, I'll figure it out later. I don't need that right now. We'll just get rid of that layer. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. She insisted. I'm sure it'll be fine. I shouldn't be doing this on the same layer. It's like, in case I want to move stuff or change stuff around, I shouldn't be doing that on the same layer. That's gonna potentially cause problems. Yeah. No! Wrong eraser. In other completely unrelated news, my mini vegetable garden, I think I mentioned this while I was doing one of my Fields of Mystery streams, but my actual IRL vegetable garden, everything seems to be doing pretty okay. I've got quite a few. I can't see where the rest of the smoke thing goes. I'm gonna get rid of that. There we go. See? Look at me. I've got a lot of tomatoes coming in, so that's good. Pretty sure Hubs is gonna love all of those. Since I am not really a tomato person. That said, with the amount, if as it stands, all of the ones that have started growing, if they all make it to maturity, and we continue having more, because I've still got quite a few flowers. Like, I have a few flowers that haven't, like, turned into tomatoes yet. I've got quite a few that have, I actually need to go put some more plant food in their little pots right now. Well, not right now, but probably tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. But we're gonna be up to our armpits in tomatoes. More than I think Hubs can eat at any given time. Which means I am going to probably be canning tomatoes at some point in the near future. Tomato sandwiches. See, here's the thing. I don't like tomatoes. So that's not gonna happen for me. Benry does like tomatoes, and technically all of these tomatoes are for him because they're beefsteak tomatoes, so they're the ones that are supposed to be really good for burgers. And why am I using this brush first? I'm making life needlessly more difficult for myself. But yeah, Benry basically is going to get, is going to have beefsteak tomatoes to his little heart's content. Meanwhile, my plan for them is to potentially turn them into tomato sauce. Because yeah. Because we're gonna make your own ketchup. See, no, not ketchup, tomato sauce. So I'm just gonna take them and I'm just gonna throw them into a pot. And they're just gonna make it a little smaller. Woo! They're just gonna get cooked down and turned into a very, very tasty tomato sauce. That will be frozen and stored away in our deep freezer for such a time as when it is needed. And I'm excited for that. Okay, which, nope. I'm so glad I checked that, because if I hadn't, I would have been very sad. So make it a little smaller. There we go. I need there to be like a little bit of a hazy effect in that cave scene. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Need a little bit more of that though on the floor. just erase a little bit of that off the floor. And we're also gonna go back to this lighter gray. Boop. Boop. We're gonna do that one. There we go, and then we're gonna erase away. There we go. But yeah, so there's going to come a time where we are like lousy with ketchup, but not ketchup. Gosh darn it. Just listening, you sound like a mad scientist. Yeah, no, I yeah, I'm not surprised. Did I just... That was the exact same color as the road, because I'm smart. That's not dark enough to be noticeable. Let's do that color. Let's do that gray. It's like, I want to put texture on here. So the road has texture. Yes, let's do that. Let's give the road texture. But let's also make it so that the texture that we're using is visible and we're not erasing stuff that we still need to be there. Yeah, we're putting it on a new layer. That's what layers are for. Yeah, why don't I put it on that layer? That way then it's at least underneath that other stuff, and then I can give you my art process, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and germs. It's just me being like, I wonder what'll happen if I do... Don't. I wonder what'll happen if I do this. Okay, no, I need to invert that. Invert. Boop. Ha 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 ha. Nope. Hold on a second. There we go. I have to get on the right layer first. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I miss hanging out in the hallway and doing crafty things. Yeah. I do too sometimes. No, we're not doing that yet. I'm still working on the background stuff. It's gonna be a little too light because that's like stark white, which I say as I go to grab a gray that doesn't look like it would be any different, but it's different enough. I can tell the difference. Doing all this, I might end up changing it to a darker color anyway. I mean, I guess it would have kind of a sheen to it because the fire is going... I don't know. I'll figure it out. Where's my... There it is. It's like, I'll figure it out. Would be kind of on the darker side over here anyway. Because the fire is only gonna illuminate but so much. Right. So I mean, granted, it's not gonna be that dark. There should be like a soft kind of haze. Actually, not really right there. Like there a bit. And then okay, more of that work will come out when I have to do the shading layer, so that'll... I got bit by a mosquito when I was outside earlier, and it sucks. And my arm itches really bad. And I'm trying to remember to not scratch, and that is really hard. Flowers. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna fill in the white bits for my own. So I keep telling myself, no, let's finish the background stuff first. Let's do that. And currently, I'm just yes-anding myself. eraser. Part of her shirt. At least the clothes that they're wearing before they left. Her pants are white. Actually, technically, all of her stuff should be white because her wrap thingy just has pattern on it. And that's where it gets its quote unquote color from. Oops. There we go. Alright. Gosh, that means I'm gonna have to zoom in real tight up here. What layer am I doing that on? Oh wait, that's already... Duh! I'm smart! I was like, why is it not showing up? Because it's already white. I'm a genius. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to go back and do his top. I'm so... It's fine. I'm so smart. You know what? For my own sanity, I may just fill in their pupils right here. Instead of trying to color those in later, I'm just gonna... we're just gonna... What? Oh. I was like, what's happening? I didn't switch back to eraser. There we go. There we go. That's nice. Alright. And then... That's right. He's partially covered with blanket. So she kind of... So there we go. Oh. That's her other leg. There we go. So that's where those are. And then... That's a shoe. There we go. There we go. That's what it was. I was like, there's something on him that I'm forgetting. It's his shirt. Now here's the thing that I have just come to realize. I'm pretty sure his skin tone... I really hope all of their skin tones are darker than the grass. Because if not, I am about to... I have just put myself in a world of hurt. Oh, no. You know what? I'll deal with that in a second. It's gonna be fine. No, the center would be the lightest. those all pretty. I should have done this from dark to light first. Let's go. Let's try that color. Actually, I need you to be a lighter color so that you are contrasting enough with the background. Whoop, that's better. Which means you need to be a lighter color. Which means ultimately the brightest part is going to be. There we go. Am I avoiding coloring in their skin? You don't know. You'll never know. I can't really avoid it anymore. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to color their skin, which is fine. It's fine. You know, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're just gonna jump back and forth between some stuff, and we're gonna hope for the best. Honestly, the one that I am the most worried about, when it comes to skin tone, unintentionally matching things is Lucky. Because compared to the other two, his gray, his shade of gray, is the lightest. Because he's supposed to, I mean, well, he's supposed to. He's blue. Like, whenever I draw him in color, he's blue. But he's supposed to be like I think when I first wrote it down, like, he's supposed to be like a periwinkle kind of, cornflower blue color. So a light blue. So in my brain, I was like, okay, so then that would probably translate into a lighter shade of gray. Which, you know, it's fine if it weren't for the fact that he is about to be on a bunch of different shades of gray backgrounds. It's fine. I can make it work. I also should have put that white layer, those white details on a different layer, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna make it work. Ugh. That felt uncomfy on my elbow. Oh, goodness. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say, Emshin and Mycena are the ones that I am least worried about. It's Lucky that I'm the most worried about at the moment. This did not scan particularly well. He's wearing sleeves, so only his hands and his tail would be in color. That did get kind of messy, but that's, yeah, I have a feeling Homeboy is basically the same shade as the grass. Okay, noted. So this needs to be probably a touch darker. How much darker are we gonna have to go? Because if I go, yep, nope, that's gonna match Imshin's skin tone too well, which is not what we want. And I do worry that if I go too dark, oh, I didn't realize. Huh. Well, interesting. No, we're keeping it that way, and then I can just go back and I can fix the cave and stuff. I can fix that stuff. That's fine. I'm not too fussed about that. I just need to make sure that Lucky actually shows up if, you know, I color him. No, because that needs to be under the shading. So I need this one. And let's start out with okay. So that actually worked out well enough. It was definitely a happy little accident. But that's fine. There we go. So, crisis kind of averted there. Ah, the joys of art. Alright, well, now that we've got the ground a color that doesn't match with everyone, that doesn't potentially match with anyone's skin. This is the wrong eraser. I am going to ever so slightly cry laugh if it ends up matching like the color of his shirt though. I mean, I guess at that point I could probably throw like a texture on the grass or something and that might help. But who knows, we'll see. Hold on, wait. I forgot the little looky down here. I'm going to laugh cry if now it is potentially a shape problem for Mycena. I'm gonna laugh cry. That's like, yay, I managed to get it fixed for everyone's skin tone except for hers. And now I'm gonna cry if the grass. No! It's so close! Ah! There's not enough contrast there. I need to find a happy in between. I either need to make the grass that much more darker, which seems a little ridiculous at this point. Like, yes, it is supposed to be a lush and verdant field, but also that is quite dark. That's much darker than I want it to be. So the option now is to either make it super dark or just accept the fact that it is going to be criminally close to like somebody's skin tone and then just cry. I like how I'm barely moving things. Like, I'm shifting it just a hair and trying to decide if that's different. If that's different enough. These sounds you're hearing are the sounds of an artist squawking in pain. And torture of her own causing. It's fine. He said, "Oh, I can make it work." I mean, that does make the stone statues stick out a bit more. So I guess there's that. That wasn't completely what I wanted, but you know, it's fine. I say sounding like it's not fine at all. It is. I'm not. It's fine. I'm not bothered by it. It's not a problem. Because it actually isn't. It's 100% one of those moments where I was just like, I can't believe I've done this to myself. This is one of the few scenarios, because I haven't fully encountered this yet, obviously, or at least at this, up until now, working on this comic. It's one of those moments where it's like, you know, this wouldn't happen if I just made the whole thing in color. This wouldn't be a problem. I'd be having different problems right now. As far as like, oh god, there's too many colors on the page, and oh no, what am I gonna do? As far as stuff like that, but you know, I wouldn't have to worry about the ground matching the character's skin tone because you know, none of the characters in this picture are green. Oh my god, is the ground gonna match his shirt? Am I gonna cry because the ground matches his shirt? No. It doesn't. Thankfully. world's tiniest crash out. I bet it matches his horns, though. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's fine. I can fix it. I'm sure I can make it work. It'll be fine. The problem with grayscale. Yeah. So far this is the only problem that I have encountered with grayscale is was this exact moment. Everything else has kind of just been fine. You know, no real complaints. Limited grays. Not so much limited grays. It's more stutters. It kind of just boils down to it becomes a contrast issue after a certain point. Like looking at this on, but even from like screen to screen, like looking at this on my iPad right now, there are some grays that are a little closer together than I would like. But looking at it on my computer screen, they're not as bad as I thought they were. You know, could it be better? Could there be better definition and differentiation? Yeah, sure. It could definitely be better. I could have thought it out better. Blah, 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 blah. However, that said, it's as annoying of a situation as that moment just was. I can form words. As annoying of a situation as that moment was, again, like I've in doing coloring for Haint, I ran into that problem a lot more consistently with you can not see that on maybe here. I ran into that problem a lot more frequently doing stuff with Haint and coloring for Haint and everything than I have so far here. And that's saying something, because this is gonna be, what page is this? Is this 48? No. What page is this? 54. Right. So like I'm 50 plus pages in, and this is the first time where I've actually kind of stumped myself for half a second with the colors and with what I was doing with the colors. And I just realized that this shifted and this changed colors on me, and I don't want it to do that. It needs to be the lighter color. Again, that's what happens when you put things on a certain layer. I don't. Okay, so I actually have to be careful here. But yeah, where, like I said, whereas with hate, I was fighting with a bunch of different values. Like, I was fighting both values and saturation and hues and trying to figure all of that out. And then, but here, it's just values. Oh, I didn't go back and erase that. What layer is that on? Not that one. Not that one. What layer are you on? There you are. Yeah, with, see, and I wouldn't have noticed. I bet I wouldn't have noticed that until I went to, like, post the comic page. And then I would have screamed. But yeah, with this one, with Bounty, the advantage is that, like I was saying, I only have to worry about value this time around, and not value and some. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. So that's my bit of luck in the situation, I guess. Is I don't have to worry about that. So it's one less thing to stress out and worry about. And this makes coming in here and coloring stuff and designing stuff a lot easier. I mean, obviously, I still clearly have my moments, but past me did do current me a solid, and making the decision to color this in grayscale was a good call. So yay me! I am pleased with the amount of progress that I'm making on this page. That said, I'm pondering if I want to do another. Well, I mean, obviously it's not a tonight situation, but like, do I want to do another art stream coming up to finish these, or do I want to finish the pages, the couple pages that I have left off stream, so that I can go ahead and get those posted on my Patreon, along with a bunch of other stuff, and then just do different art, and then maybe have a Fill the Mystery stream later this week / weekend. It is a thing I am pondering. Because I do have some other art that I would like to get done as well. But it has been a hot minute since I have posted comic pages over on Le Patreon. And, you know, for the people who are subscribed to my Patreon, they deserve to get the stuff that I offer, which I mean they still would be. Like, it's not like I've been holding off on stuff. It's the Patreon is for at least as far as bounty goes, it's for getting pages early, or as I finish them, and so technically they would still be getting them as I finish them, but it's also been a minute because of how the beginning of the year went, how some other stuff in between also went, and everything up to this point. So I don't want it to feel like I'm just kind of taking advantage of their understanding and their kindness. So I would like to get these knocked out before the end of the month, which clearly I still have time, but you know, I wish to be diligent. And like I said, I have other art that I can work on stream. That at least wouldn't involve as much back and forth. So there wouldn't be nearly as much flipping between panels and stuff like that. Alright. I'm gonna do nothing. I was about to be like, I'm gonna merge some layers. I ain't doing jack diddly. Until I'm convinced that everything is as it should be. Where's my light source? We're gonna say my light source is coming from above, so we're gonna have some shade right there. Nope, I need the eraser. I'm actually gonna cut out a swath of that. That looks dumb. There we go. I think that's the shape I was trying to go for. I don't know why that was so difficult. I don't know what my brain was doing there. Okay, you're gonna be a little bit in the shade. Like that. Bloop. I need you to be... There we go. You need these to be organic shapes. Wait, you're gonna have... gotta go get ready for bed. Long day tomorrow. It was nice hanging out with you. Yeah, no, thanks for stopping by. Gonna say I'm not gonna be on too much longer. I got a little caught up doing some of the shading. Actually, that's a good enough spot to stop. I can fuddle with some details later. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming to hang out for a bit. I super appreciate it. Wah. Thanks for stopping by. And dealing with, well, I was gonna say, and witnessing all of the chaos. But yeah, one of these days I'll have like an outro, well in hand. But yeah, for anybody who dropped in or is watching this later on YouTube, you can find all of my stuff on artbyqb.com. You can find me pretty much as artbyqb anywhere, so that's Instagram, Blue Sky, Patreon, and Facebook. I do archive these videos on YouTube, so you can go watch some old ones or catch this one later if you just want friend noises on in the background. You can read the comic that you watched me color over at bountythecomicseries.com. Yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by and for hanging out. And I will see you guys next time. Talk to you later. Bye.